everybody, it's me, John Ward, and welcome back to another Reviews After Midnight. And tonight we are going to be looking at a monster horror flick, slasher flick. I do have my list here, so I'll show you the box for it in a moment. But let's just start. Film title is called Freak. Could you also include a star rating here? Well, let's say on 1 to 5, I give it a 3. Um, and after that, let's look at the box. So this is it here. Freak. It's from Wild Eye Releasing. And this is our freak. So let's see. So what else does this ask us here? Introduction. What did you expect from the film? Well, I actually expected this, but I didn't get it. We did get this here, but which looked pretty cool. It's the effects are practical, and the freak is actually a like life-size puppet, and there is a person who's dressed, it's like all in blue. It's almost kind of like a like a jumpsuit or something that they put on, and so they're completely covered in blue, and the feet are controlled by the human feet, and then the freaks arms are controlled by like the human arms. And there's it's mostly shown at night, so you can't see the person behind it, or there's certain angles that they shoot where you can't see the person. There is one shot, which is actually this right here, where you do see this kind of line, excuse me, from where they try to mask out the person controlling the freak. And this is like a human mutant that is in the woods killing people. So I expected more of that, but got this, which is pretty cool looking. Its eye is pretty neat, and it does a lot of saliva, and its mouth moves and all that. But I wanted it. God, excuse me. Yeah. But I wanted it to be a little more mobile like that. Like you know, have it move around a little bit more. So mobile, mobile like that, not mobile. Mobile is a phone. Mobile. Um, so let's see. What type of film is it? It's a horror film, slasher. It's like I said, it's Wild Eye Releasing. It's not rated. So it's your standard camping slasher film, but it's got a mutant person going around killing everybody, not just like a standard slasher guy going out there. This is like an actual monster, but it was, or is still human. Does it have a message? No, none, none at all. It's pretty much right here. 5 friends, 2 nights, 1 freak. That's pretty much it. Um, a bloody urban legend comes all too real for a group of kids heading out for a weekend of camping and partying. What awaits them in the woods is going to turn them inside out. So no, there's no message. It's just 20 somethings being killed in the woods. Uh, Plot. What happens in the film? Does the plot make sense? Is it easy to get through? Is it believable? So let's see what happens in the film. I pretty much just described it. Group of friends, 20 somethings, decide to go camping. They meet up with a guy who's in like a cabin that gives them a map, which takes them to the campsite. And it's a tad bit of a slow burn. There is a pre-credit murder at the beginning, or a massacre, and then it takes a little bit, and then that's when the freak starts killing everybody. um, so, but it is 52 minutes. So it's not boring. I was able to listen to the audio commentary, watch the movie, and it wasn't even 2 hours. So it's not boring at all. You know, the excuse me, the 52 minutes went by pretty fast, but I would have liked for it to be longer, especially with its ending. Um, does the plot make sense? Sure. The less you explain, the better. I don't need a entire history of the freak, even though they do give us a history. But the less you know with these type of things, the better. It's better to leave it to your imagination. If they want to do sequels, you can bring things up then. So less I know, the better. What I was told, you know, from the character that is staying in the cabin, uh, was fine. I don't think I needed any more. Um, is it easy to follow? Sure, sure. I had no problems. I was never confused. Is it believable? Sure, why not? Mutant guy lives in the woods and kills people. Sure, why not? Uh, let's see. Of course, I was fine before I started this. Um, now I have throat issues. Characters. Who are the main characters, and what are they like? So it's 2, 3, 4. It's 5 main characters. 2 people get killed at the beginning that are separate from those characters, and then we have the guy that lives in the cabin, and then we have the freak. Um, and my reason for actually getting this is I saw somebody post it on Facebook, and I thought that cover looked awesome. And then I bought it, and I think it was deepdiscount.com is where I got it, and it was actually pretty cheap. So I bought it. Um, that's how I found out about it. I knew nothing about this movie before the person posted on Facebook. Um, so some of the main characters are shown here on the back, uh, but it's there's the there's one couple. Well, there's 2 couples. No, they're not really couples. So there's the guy who's driving them, who's more of the alpha male, and then you get there's a friend, and then there's the sister of the friend, and she's weird, and the brother doesn't want her to embarrass them, so she's kind of introverted and stringy hair and stuff like that. And then there's the actual couple that are like making out all the time and stuff like that. So we have and the girl with the stringy hair, the sister, has an interest in the guy who's driving, like our alpha male guy. And so that could be a couple. And then you get the brother who doesn't want to be embarrassed, and then yeah, the couple that's making out and stuff. So that's our couple. And so a couple that likes to make out is the horny couple. We get the nerdy girl, we get the brother who doesn't want to be embarrassed, and then we get like the alpha male guy that the introverted girl is interested in. There, I think I covered it all. And so yeah, so they're believable. Sure, why not? Let's see, and what are they like? Who are the actors playing these parts, and are they good in the parts? Well, I don't recognize any of the people in here, so I'm not going to get into all their names. But yeah, they're fine. They're good in their parts. I believe them. No problem at all. I had no issue with the parts that they were playing, or if they were good or bad actors. They were fine. No problem at all. The director on this, it's written and directed by Lucky Sir Yuto. Saruto, Lucky Saruto. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. And he is also one of the actors in this. The creature design is Matthew Sorensen, and he's a big part of this too. Uh, so let's see. What is the camera work animation like? Camera work is fine, except that it is a little dark at night. They probably could have added an extra light. This says that that it's 2020 is when it was made, but it came out from Wild-E in 2022. So if it's 2020, there are lights that just run off of batteries, and they didn't. So things could have been brighter at night. At least use a lantern or something. But it's yeah, the night scenes were a little dark, but the day scenes were fine. Those were okay. Sound was fine. All that type of stuff. Just wish the night scenes were brighter. And it says animation, so I'm going to take that as the puppet, the mutant puppet, and it looked good. I liked it. I thought it looked pretty good. Are there any special effects? What do they like? Well, there we go, the puppet, and that I liked it. Are there any beautiful scenes? Um, I wouldn't say beautiful, but it was shot well overall. You know, the forest looked good and the woods looked good and stuff like that. You know, it looked good. Yeah, it looked fine. Are there moments when the camera is used in an interesting way? Um, there's a couple shots that were okay. There's a shot that's looking through this tree that's kind of like a V, like that, and it's looking through it as the people walk past it. So there's some a couple interesting shots, but otherwise it's more just keeping uh the cast in frame. So which was fine. Um, then let's see. Are there moments when the camera is used in, oh, in an interesting way? There we go. So they just those couple that I can think of. I always seem to jump ahead on things. Um, did you enjoy the film? Why or why not? Um, like I mentioned, yeah, I would recommend it if you could watch it on Tubi or find it maybe on Netflix, or if it's you could buy it for cheap. You know, I think I paid $10 or less for it. So if you could find it like that, sure, why not? The audio commentary is not bad. The behind the scenes is not bad either. You know, you do get information from those. There's also trailers from this, and they're trailers I have not seen on any other Wild-E releasing movie. So they were completely new to me. Um, what were its good points and bad points? As I mentioned, the night scenes could be brighter. Um, that's really about it. Oh, to go back to the special effects. So all the effects are practical. It says here James Bell, special effects by James Bell. This film is bloody as hell. It is really bloody. I mean, there's one scene where one of the characters is getting cut by the freak with like a Bowie knife, and he's just cutting his head off from from his neck, and the camera lingers on it for quite a while. As I'm guessing that behind the scenes, it's like we're just going to keep shooting until that knife completely goes through the neck and the head pops off. There's another scene where a head gets pulled in half, basically. So it's really bloody. But the effects are pretty cool. And so I like that a lot. So, to kind of go back to the special, all their special effects. So that's definitely worth it. I'm actually surprised that this is not part of the, Wild-E releasing Raw and Extreme line that they do, because this is so bloody, and it's low budget bloody. So, but I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see. Did you enjoy the film? What is the good? The effects. The creature looked pretty cool. The acting was good. The sound was good. Bad points would be just too dark at night. It's okay. I've seen worse, but an extra light would have helped. I mean, there are mini lights that you can go out and buy that are kind of like long, and they're almost like a fluorescent light, and you just click a button and they can go green, yellow, blue, red, or just white, and they're just run by a battery, and they can pretty much last all day, and they will light your entire scene for you. Uh so there's really no reason why this should be dark. Yeah, there just shouldn't be. What scene did you particularly enjoy or remember? Was it good? Um, I liked the gore. So it's really scenes. I wasn't expecting practical. Um, and I wasn't expecting for them to linger on these scenes as much as they did. Um, I thought that the friends worked well together. I thought that there was some chemistry there. Um, I like the guy that is in the cabin, and that gives them the map. There's a lot more with him, which I won't go into. Um, so there's what mostly stood out, I think, is the freak itself, because I thought that was cool, and then the effects by James Bell, um, the location was good, so things like that. Um, what scene did you Oh, we just went over that. Oh no, what scene did you particularly not enjoy? Why was it bad? How much more do I always forget how much because I have this folded? Uh, okay, so what I would say is, what scene did you particularly not enjoy? Why was it bad? I don't think it's bad, but I was bummed out by the 52-minute rating. I mean, time. They could have done more. I understand what they're trying to do with the ending, but it should have been longer. And if you're going to end it the way that they did, it needed to be better. Um, there just isn't really a resolution. So there's like an act one and act two, and then we kind of get into act three, but there's no resolution to act three. Um, yeah, so just the ending. I didn't think it was bad, but the ending could have been better and should have been better. And especially with the way that they did end it. The other films have done it better. So that kind of bummed me out a little bit. I think when the credits said, I went, wait, what? That's it? So I'm like, wait, this film was only 50, like, I think it was something like 51 minutes and some seconds. And I'm like, wait a second. Then I looked at the back of the box and I'm like, shit, it says 52 minutes. So I was not satisfied with the ending, even though I understood what they were doing. Um, would you recommend this film, and to what sort of people and why? So I do recommend this. Just be prepared that it's short. Maybe we'll get a Freak too. They do talk about that. So, and maybe it will, pick up where the ending left off. Um, so yes, I do recommend this. I recommend this to people who like horror movies, slasher movies, creature movies, one location movies, practical effects movies. Um, this is something that you could probably have fun with like a group of friends, grab a pizza and get some beer, and you enjoy yourself for 52 minutes. So I do recommend it. Is it perfect? No, not at all. But if the producers came to me and said, "Hey, John, would you like to make Freak 2?" I would say, "Sure. Why not?" You know, I would do it. So, um, what other films can you compare this to? Anything that takes place out in the woods. So, I would say more Jason, Friday the 13th, not the first one, but anything from part two, forward. More, I think, probably Friday the 13th part two. This kind of reminded me of the Burning. Um, this also reminded me of films that were ripoffs on like Deliverance, so like Rituals maybe, or Just Before Dawn. Uh, anything like that, anything that takes place. Camp Blood would be another one. That really pretty much anything that takes place out in the woods that deals with campers with a killer. I would say that. Um, and that's all the questions. So that's 11 questions, and we just answered all of them. So yeah, so that's my review. I give this a 3 out of 5, and I do look forward to other movies that these people make. Hopefully there'll be a sequel, and check it out. I think it's worth picking up. $10 or less. Check Tubi, and just enjoy it. It's not Citizen Kane. It's not 2001. It's not. You're not going to have to put a lot of thought into it. It is what it is. 5 20 somethings go into the woods. They go camping, and there's a mutant, and the mutant hunts them down, and that's pretty much it. So, that's there's no big, you know, brain stuff in here. So, yeah, I guess that's it. So, thanks. I appreciate it. Please check the movie out, and I will talk with all of you later. Bye.